I really wonder why we have it, because it's
Can be
never
better.
shown on the TV.
wow.
But it's on our website.
Wow, okay.
Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Slide. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. NBC is here. Iris.
Here,
Tom Lennon.
Here.
Nick, I'm here. Agnes is not here. Ed Ward and John Clyde here, and Mayor is not here. Okay, and January Adams is also here. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, also known as the Sunshine Law. Schedule and notification of this meeting have been provided to the Courier News, the Home News Tribune, and the Franklin Township Clerk. Copies have been posted in the library's vestibule and are also available at the reference desk. I'd like to open the public portion of this meeting. Would anyone like to
Second.
add?
Not if it's gone, I
Don't think we need a, don't believe we really need a motion to open the, seeing no comments from the public, we will go to the next agenda item, which is the approval of the minutes from the prior meeting. I think we have all read them. And,
Motion to approve the minutes?
second,
those in favor?
February 28th.
aye.
Aye. Except the southeast corner, northeast. The gazebo. Okay. Southeast. I think it's
Nobody else.
okay. The minutes have been approved by motion unanimously. Directors' reports. January, you want to talk anything about the financial reports?
No, they're pretty,
Pretty colorful.
they're colorful, yes, but they're also unremarkable.
Yeah, everything seems to be
Unremarkable.
on schedule. Payroll tax expenses, that's Social Security and unemployment. Is there anything else in that?
Disability, probably,
Did you say anything?
Unemployment
Yeah, unemployment.
and disability.
And disability.
and disability,
Yeah.
okay. And disability, yeah. Okay. And would you like to
Sure.
comment on your programs, your many programs?
Okay. During the past month, we had 100 programs, and we had 1,513 people. And the highlight of the month was New Jersey Makers Day, that we had at both library locations, and we had over 300 people just at that. And everybody seemed like they had a good time. Ed, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I know you were there.
I was going to make
Anything
a
you wanna
public
say?
comment.
Oh, you were?
Kudos to your team. It was an outstanding program. You had a lot of participation with students from all schools, charter and public, so that was great. You had something for everybody, from quilt to making keychains for the dogs or something like that. Yeah, something like that.
To the shelter.
It's
the
just shelter.
the
Yeah, that was
toys,
very nice. You had robotics. I get a chance to speak with some parents, members of the community, and they really had a great time. This place was jam packed. It was great. So kudos to the entire library staff. I had a great time.
That's good, that was the aim,
Yes.
not just for you, but for everybody.
January, can I make a suggestion on the upcoming programs? Because I sometimes put this
You want the
information.
times?
The day of the week and the times. Because
I'm not against doing it, it's kind of tight for space. I could give you time. Maybe not day a week.
Hello, Mayor.
I think that it just makes it, if you're sending the information out to, like I send it to my community, I know for myself I like it when I have the day of the week and also the time. Time is a big thing, but the day of the week also.
Well, I can do that.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'm here basically to say I'm leaving.
Hello, I'm
Goodbye.
going.
You should not let you hurry.
Bye and bye.
And I also won't be here next week because I'll be in Atlantic City for a mayor's conference.
We're not gonna be
Next
here
month,
next
I
week
mean.
either.
Next month. Next month.
Next week.
I heard about, this is our financial statement. I also heard about the land deal. Will we have an executive session about that?
We will.
But does it really need to be in an
Phil,
executive
would you-
session?
Probably not. I do have a, where are we
Mayor,
here?
would you like to
Come
move
in.
that up on the agenda and
Yes.
discuss that now? No. I make that motion, whether or not you think it should be an executive session. I'm not sure.
I think it should be.
Well, why? What do we need to tell
There-
from the public?
Okay.
The final negotiations and the amounts that were offered.
This might,
The amounts.
Amounts I
can
cannot
say, yes.
tell.
okay, this might, if we look, first of all, January, do you have anything further on your programs?
No.
Okay, I would like to thank you for including the information from the association, Librarians Association. Are you attending that, did you attend the Philadelphia?
No, but some staff members did.
They did. Okay. You might just mention what that is. That's
I'll
in-
mention that next time, because I just got
Okay,
back a few
okay,
days ago.
okay. The next item on the agenda is a president's report.
Oh, so we're not doing executive? I'm confused.
Executive session.
Didn't John make a motion?
No,
Yes.
he was asking to make.
Oh,
We made a motion.
To go into executive.
We go to
session.
executive, so
Yeah, let's go to
public has to
executive
leave.
so that we can best utilize the mayor's time.
So you made a motion on the floor?
Well, there's a motion on the floor, and I'll,
Anybody second?
Your motion
I'll,
was,
to go into executive session, I apologize, on the issue of property negotiation.
is there a second?
Second.
Yes.
Yeah, I was
Okay, those in favor?
Right.
Aye. Okay, I'm sorry, we,
We'll call you.
okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We'll be good stuff. Sorry.
Camera?
does everybody have a copy of
We have to
this?
shut the camera off?
Camera?
Yes, camera.
Oh,
Exactly.
Not that anybody-
we could have fixed it, but it's better to try.
Yeah, it's
People can
better.
watch it.
No playing.
Back to my agenda.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, we are back into regular session. The next item on the agenda is a president's report. I will read this. Recently, we learned that a parcel of land that the library was planning to purchase has been offered to another buyer. After spending nearly a year and several $1,000s studying this site for a new Franklin Park branch, the news is disappointing. Our motivation for gaining a new branch is that the current rented branch is expensive and requires approximately $20,000 in real estate tax per year. branch we wish to build and own would be tax exempt. The financial impact of continuing to rent the Franklin Park branch may not be as bad as we had originally thought. The cost of land, construction of a 5,000 square foot building, equipping the same, and moving would be about, and this is about perhaps $2.7 million. With the present interest rates, we can draw $54,000 per year in an FDIC insured or an insured
Yeah,
in a 2-year CD. That $54,000 CD rates are increasing, so this would give us some more money to offset the cost of the Franklin Park branch.
that would be putting the whole 2.7 million in the CD? Is that what that's what you need to
This
earn?
is just a financial statement that we could
Okay,
offset some
I'm
of
just trying
that.
to figure out how much money you were gonna put in the CD.
Well, that's another subject, but this is a possibility. Okay, I suggest that we, number one, keep an eye on the route, on the property that we had in mind, in case it becomes available. Number two, keep on the lookout for an alternate suitable property. And three, negotiate short-term extensions in our Franklin Park lease, which, okay.
Just for, I would agree.
Okay.
We had nothing to lose.
Oh, I forgot to read one part of it,
The fourth paragraph. yeah.
the fourth paragraph.
Yeah.
If we pursue a brazen approach, we may be able to convince the county, the township, and the Board of Education to refund a major portion of the $20,000 we pay them in taxes each year. Our reasoning here would be that, look, if we owned the building, you wouldn't be getting that money anyway.
Tried.
Exactly.
So, okay,
We did try.
we could try.
No, we did try.
You did try.
We did try. It's complicated because we're leasing it from
Right.
Stop and Shop.
Right.
We're not paying taxes directly to the town. We're-
Through Stop and
Yeah.
Shop.
That's true.
Stop and Shop's paying taxes.
That's true, and the law doesn't permit us to be exempt. But what this is saying is, hey, Board of Education, how about giving us some money back that you wouldn't have gotten anyway?
From what?
They're not getting
Yeah.
it from us, they're getting it from Stop and Shop.
I'm confused. From what?
From what?
Yeah.
Well,
is it-
actually, we get it from the township.
It's the township, not the Board of
Yeah.
Education.
Yeah.
The township merely collects the
The
money,
property tax.
Oh, and they.
Property
property
tax,
tax. They give 2/3 of it to you guys,
Right.
the Board of Education. They give a small amount to the township, and they give a good amount to the county. All of those monies would not be
Collected.
collected by the county, the township, and the Board of Education if we owned that property.
Correct.
And-
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Right.
it's a long shot. It's a long shot. Okay, that's all I have to say. It was
Who do
a,
you approach first?
Well, I think we have to make a decision on that. We have to research.
this is
We won't be able to do that.
this is not
There's
this
no
is
way.
not a call to action. This is a
Okay.
possibility.
That's a dream.
I
A dream.
Yeah.
question is, who do we send out there? I think we send NBC.
There's no way you can get it in
Okay.
Stop and Shop
So we
property. It's not.
rent the building to Stop and Shop.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
we should negotiate with Stop.
Yeah.
No,
But they have to pay the taxes
no,
anyway.
no.
That's it.
No,
Reduce our rate
that
to-
They
wouldn't
will
be
not
the-
be able.
No, that's
Yeah.
not.
That wouldn't work.
No.
Okay. Correspondence and communication from the public. You have sent us,
I sent you another article. That's
Yes.
from the public library that's located in Parkland, Florida. I thought it was interesting.
yes, I,
Concerning that,
Iris?
have we thought about, or do you think it's a good idea to have somebody come in and talk to the parents? I know that they're doing this in other libraries and in schools, where a professional comes in and talks to the parents. How do you talk to your child about, are you afraid? Are you thinking about this when you go to school? I mean, at different ages, the conversation has to be a little different. The parents don't always know. I mean, I don't even know what the right thing to say is, but I know that programs are being done. Is this something that we should be looking at?
The school's doing that?
Yes,
Yeah,
there's
we
a
went to
The school,
I
yeah.
follow the
Yeah.
programs for that.
I'm gonna pull it up. We actually have a
You just
parent, yes,
Yeah.
March, it was
Yeah.
March 21st.
You went,
But-
you,
It was it got rescheduled because of the weather.
Well,
Oh.
yeah, that was that
So-
bad
Right,
day.
it was that
a snow-
Thursday, it was the
yes,
21st, and it has been rescheduled. I'm going to try and find the date.
okay.
Yes. Yeah, Community Safety Symposium is on March 29th at 7 p.m.
Tomorrow.
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 Yes,
7
at
p.m.
Franklin Middle School, 7 p.m. That's the
On
day.
Hamilton.
I could have made it on the
Yes.
21st. I can't make it tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's because of weather, because it
Yeah.
was closed.
Franklin Middle.
Yes.
Yeah, in Hamilton.
Yep, 7
The old
p.m.
high school.
Who's running the program?
This is based on the Office of School Management, Mr. Orville and his department, and working with various township agencies,
Police department
Yes.
manager.
making that happen. Yeah.
January, without going into details, because it really would constitute executive session, but just have we been in touch with Mr. Vornlocker and/or the police department regarding any suggestions for security at the library? That's all you need. If we want to discuss that in executive session at some point, we should. But not right this second.
No, next week.
Is there any other correspondence that anyone would like to report?
None for me.
Seeing none, I'll ask, is there any old business? Is there any new business? We have one item is the audit. It seems to show on page 6, sort of near the bottom, that we have a good bit of money, cash and cash equivalents, and I guess that's deposited in various banks.
Yes, mainly Unity.
I know about Unity, yes. I think the opinion of the auditors is that there are no red flags here. That's what I gather from it.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
January, that means you're doing a good job giving them the reports and the information they need.
Okay.
Now,
This is
The
the other
pro-
one.
the-
Let's do this one.
there is a proposed transfer form, the IRS Form 990. Would you like
Oh,
to?
no, that's different. There's
Oh.
two different things here. The proposed transfer form is a form that the auditors fill out to show that we don't have any surplus money that's not designated for something. This is something that Christie started. So I'll just pass this around. You can see it. And what it shows is we don't have any surplus funds that are not designated for some purpose.
Does it need our signature?
No.
It needs our signature.
Well,
No, I'm just going to show it to you, and then maybe when we're
I
done
have
with
a
this, you'll
question
approve
about
it.
that. It looks to me from the budgets things that we will have a surplus of money.
We're allowed to have some.
Suppose we have a surplus of 1% of our budget.
Mhm.
What does that does that go into one of these?
What's the tripwire, January? That they're concerned of our excess? Is there a number
It's
or
a
a
number,
percentage?
it's a percentage.
And that is?
It varies. What you want is for this to come out to be 0 at the bottom. You're allowed to have 20% of your operating budget put aside for that, for emergencies. And then there's a small, and I don't know the amount because it varies according to what our budget is. But if you go over, if this doesn't show 0 in the appropriate lines, then I don't want to say this, okay.
Okay. Very good. But I
But you're not
just,
supposed to
for a
have-
look at that, everything looks
You're
well.
not supposed to have a surplus that's
Yeah.
not
Use
designated
that
for
for something, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
We don't have money floating.
Well, it seems that we're
I
gonna
mean,
come
there may
pretty
come a
close.
time when I'll come to you and I'll say, you're gonna need to
Yeah.
move some funds back into the building fund. And I will let you know when that time comes, if the,
Okay, but we don't
yeah.
have to do that.
No, we don't do that right
That's,
now. Oh, and then we've got the taxes,
Iris.
yes. Here, this one. It gets filed electronically, this is our copy.
Yeah. It's okay.
You don't wanna go?
No.
Speechless.
Yeah.
I don't know what the, all I see is that this was done by the same firm,
Right.
Kaufman and Diamond.
Colin.
Okay.
Does anybody else wanna see it? Iris, so.
I'm at a loss here. Will you help me? Do we want to pass a motion to accept
You
this?
approve it, you approve it, you would approve that, you would approve the transfer form, and you would approve the 990, if it's okay with, everybody wants to approve it.
Okay, I didn't see Form 990.
Oh,
But I-
no, 90,
It's
I
with
was
the tax.
990,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
that's the transfer form.
I have the transfer form.
You have one?
And the 990.
Okay.
No, I have the 990.
Yeah.
Did you see this, gentlemen?
No, I haven't. Have you?
I don't need it.
I haven't.
All I see is line 1 and 0.
That's really-
Anybody else?
No.
Is there a motion to approve the transfer form, proposed
Aye.
transfer form as circulated, and the audit?
Seconded.
I said aye. Second.
Okay,
Aye. Second.
NBC and
Tom.
Tom. Any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Yours?
It's unanimous.
Yours? This is yours?
It's my copy.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
Don't forget 990.
I don't need it.
Don't forget 990.
January,
Yes.
did you look at page 7? Are these?
Right, because it spans from 16 to 17, it's fiscal. So that's why all these people are on here.
Okay, but he was here in,
Yeah,
was here
yes,
in
he was, he's only
16?
been gone for a year.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
That's the 990.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Iris is finished with it, we'll, I think while Iris is looking at that, I'll bring up one more item of new business.
Yeah.
I probably should have brought it up under correspondence, but Assemblyman,
990.
okay, Assemblyman Danielson, Joe Danielson's office contacted me about a job fair and asked that we might post this.
Sure. I think we may already.
Probably
have it.
already have
But
it.
yeah, sure,
but,
that's no problem.
Okay, so
What's the date and time? I got
it's
somebody-
April 18th, a Wednesday
April
of this
18th.
year, 1:30 to 7 o'clock p.m. And it will be, held at,
Is it on the form, January?
In
the
the
Imperial.
restaurant.
The Imperia,
Imperial?
1714
It's
Eastern
on a
Avenue.
Wednesday, right?
It's
On
a
East- on
Wednesday,
Eastern.
April 18th,
On
yes.
East and the Imperial.
Thank you.
Okay, now we have the Form 990, which has been prepared by Kaufman and Diamond. It has been looked over by January and also by Iris. Is there a motion to accept this? This is a
Looked at it.
This is a return of organization
It's an accountant
exempt
anyway.
form income tax, from income tax. Exempt from income tax, return.
Yeah.
It's nice and thick. Is there a motion to accept this?
Motion to accept.
Iris,
I-
second,
So moved.
second Tom,
Second.
second by Tom. Is there any discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous. We've already been through our executive session,
Next meeting.
and confirmation, our next meeting will be April 25th, Wednesday.
Mr. Chairman, I have a happy reason for not being here. My daughter's getting married on the 27th.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Getting ready.
Okay.
Long Island, far end, almost in Portugal.
Long Island, Portugal?
Well, grand.
That's nice. I thought it was in
Prior
Europe.
to, prior to,
Before Shelter Island.
prior to adjournment, I would like to reopen the meeting to the public, if there's any.
Oh, yeah, could I, now that it's been approved, I have two requests. Could I take a look at the 990? And in the future, could there be an extra packet made up, assuming it's not something that hasn't been approved for 15 minutes?
Tax exempt in a copy.
Tom, would you fancy?
The 990, I believe, is a public,
Yeah, certainly you can look at it, but I can't make, this is
No,
many
this
pages.
was-
No, I'm not asking for a copy.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the basic stuff. I would just like to glance at
It's a
it.
big pack anyway.
I'm just going to glance at it. I'm not familiar with it, that's all.
is there a motion to adjourn?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what I
Ed?
didn't want to say that.
Okay.
and NBC, is
Motion
there any
to adjourn.
discussion?
Who was?
Motion to adjourn.
Ed moved, NBC seconded. Those in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Those opposed? This meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for attending.
6:15.
Have a good holiday, everybody.
Wish you the best. Happy holidays.
Happy holiday, everybody.
See you next month.
Is this your first child to be married?
This is my first, yeah. My only daughter.
Your only daughter.
My only daughter.
Did you get your tux yet?
Well, it's interesting. She decided not to have.
I just wanted to simplify
She
it.
decided to go
count
with
it up.
numbers. So I actually had a.
No. Please, in the future, I won't make you.
I'm gonna beat you one by that, one over.
I just want-
In July, my granddaughter's getting married.
Take care, everyone. Go meet up my
Wow.
son for dinner.
Have a great day.
Thank you, bye.
Wow.
Have a great day, man.
If
Congratulations.
you look into that for me, I would.
I just had
certainly
lunch
will.
for
When I
today.
see
I
Audrey
went in,
tonight, we're gonna
it was
have some
my daughter's birthday on Monday, and
Take
uh,
care.
I went into New York and had lunch for her today. She works not far.